Hello, my name is Hugh Barnes. Most of you may know me already. I have been studying and learning about the science of the mind for more than 20 years. I've been fortunate enough to have met personally Jose Silva and Michael Bernard Beckwith. But I also studied with Bob Proctor and John Nazarov and a few others about this science, which is so fantastic, so great, and can lead you to so much health, love, and wealth. So today I wanted to, as I always do, comment about a particular book. This time we're talking about You Were Born Rich by the Canadian author and wealth coach, as I call him, Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor has been in the movie The Secret, as many of you may know. Some people believe that he became famous because he was in the movie. I sustain that he was in the movie because he was already famous, and he was one of the at the time, one of the top voices about the law of attraction, but in general about the use of the mind to accomplish your objectives. And he's been doing that for more than 30 years. So this book I like this book because it's a relatively short book. It's about less than 200 pages, and the title is so good. It's about being rich by inheritance. You were born rich means that you have already the rights, you have the entitlements to be rich, and it's more about you than the surrounding elements and the other people to unchain that flow of wealth. Definitely, it's a book I recommend. It's not the only thing that you should be reading, but the concepts are easy to understand. The stories that the book contains are easy to understand, and they are quite clear as to how these simple people that were in trouble, or they have dreams and objectives in their lives, were able to accomplish them through the use of the power of the mind. Another important point that Bob Proctor makes is that he says money doesn't come to you through your employer, from your employer. It comes through your employer, which means is that it is your employer, an e-business or a part-time job or whatever it is, that is the channel for you to receive the money. But the money is coming from a higher source. Whether it comes through your employer or some other channel is a different story. So what is important, according to him, for you to work is on this higher source. Well, it is $50,000, $100,000, $1 million that is going to flow through you. The important is that you work at the origin, at the source, that you unlock through the use of the power of your minds that fortune that is available to you. But how much doesn't really depend on what employer you work for or what business you have. It's really how much are you unlocking up there at the source. Okay. Here I have some phrases that I yellowed, I highlighted, and that they are also very motivational, right? This is from Napoleon Hill. He studied Napoleon Hill for many years. Bob Proctor carries an old copy of the book Think and Grow Rich in his pockets for many years, and he says here, well, anything the mind can conceive and believe, it will achieve. And then he also says here, the image of the ideas you hold in your mind dictate the limits which are placed on the spiritual power flowing to and through you. We come back to how to work with the source. So watch out the type of images that you hold in your mind. What else? Keep yourself visualizing as a perfectly endowed spiritual instrument without limitations of any kind. Something that he says also in his videos, if you have been watching Bob, is we tend to limit ourselves, and we tend to put barriers to how much we can achieve, how much we can deliver, how much we can make, and so on. And that's our self-imposed. So he says, keep visualizing yourself as a perfectly endowed spiritual instrument without limitations of any kind. If you do, you will find it easy, in fact natural, to expect the good you desire. So the more you portray yourself as a limitless person, the easier it's going to be for you to visualize that you accomplish your goals, right? I think that's just to close. Typically these videos don't last more than 10-15 minutes. A couple more from him here in the book says, the name of this chapter is Let Go and Let God. You can have the things that you want, all of them, and you will have them if you will only make the ideas in this book part of the way that you think, part of your life. So this is one of those books that you want to keep under your pillow, for example, or over your night table. No person, thing, or circumstance will intimidate you ever again. This is so important. The word intimidation, we are intimidated by so many things. By the weather, by our boss, by the government, by whatever, our teachers, and job interview. We are intimidated by many, many things in our lives. And this is so critical, because when you come from the position, from the perspective that you are limitless, that you are endowed, that you are entitled to succeed, to accomplish what you want, then that that intimidation, that fear, terror, whatever you want to call it, tends to disappear. If at least it doesn't disappear, it will be diminished or minimized. So no person, thing, or circumstance will intimidate you ever again. Your days of idle wishing will be brought to a halt. Happiness, health, and prosperity will follow. Will follow you all the days of your life, and you will spend the rest of your years wanting to share your new understanding with everyone and anyone who is willing to take the time to listen and learn, which is sort of what I'm doing right now. So, just to summarize, who is this book for? If you are an expert, you've been practicing, law of attraction, power of mind, meditation, listening to Proctor and the others. If you have watched the movie The Secret 100 times, probably this book is not for you, because you already know all of these. And again, this may be as a reminder. I keep it close because it reminds me. Sometimes we tend to forget all these great things that we have learned. But so this is not a book for people that have maybe 10, 20 years in this science. If you are starting to learn, if you are curious, if you want to see if this works, you want to get your feet wet, you want to get to know Bob Proctor better, if you're looking at examples, real life examples as to how this worked for some people like you and me, this is a great book for you. So I would recommend it for those individuals that are, I would say, at the beginning of the path. But again, also for people like us that have many, many years into this, as one of those daily reminders that we have the power, that we are entitled to success, to wealth, to love, to health, and go for it. I say it's a very good book. It's easy reading. It's relatively short, like I said, from I would say, trusted actor, a guy that has been very successful. He started as a fireman when he was young in Canada, and he really climbed his career very, very, very fast, and he's doing very well right now. He's, I don't know, in his 70s, and he's still very active, energized, vital. So you also need to consider that he's been using this science and this power, and however you want to call it, for many years. So anyway, again, I'm Hugh Barnes. I've been happy to be with you today. Follow me on my YouTube and Facebook channels. I'll talk to you soon with another book. Bye-bye.